Hello students, today we are going to learn about the electronic latches working principle and application. So this is a topic of digital electronics. So for understanding computers, we must have the knowledge of these electronic latches because they are one of the important component in development of computers. So without wasting time, let's proceed. See, first of all, this lecture is a practical method to understand the electronic latch. Okay, and I will at the last I will tell you a good example by the help of which you will practically able to learn that how these electronic latches work. And I believe that you have the knowledge of this logic gates. You might be knowing about AND gate, OR gate, NOR gate, and NOT gate, and NAND gates, etc. So this is the prerequisite. So coming to the topic. See, over here you can see these are two NAND gates. Okay, this is actually a simple diagram of an electronic latch. So you can see that this is a NAND gate. Okay, and this is a NAND gate. And we know this thing that in NAND gate, in case any one input is zero, the NAND gate output is always one. If any one input, and in case all the inputs are one, then the output is zero. So what we see over here that this upper NAND gate is of two input and this is the output, and this lower also is of two input and this is the output. Okay, now we can see over here that in this NAND gate the two inputs are 1 and 1, this top NAND gate 1 and 1, and the output is 0 because both are 1. Okay, now this output of this NAND gate is one of the input of this lower NAND gate. Okay, so this 0 is going inside as an input to this NAND gate also. So this NAND gate has also its output. So the output of this NAND gate, this lower NAND gate, is one of an input of this top NAND gate. Okay, like this cross connections. Okay, now the top NAND gate has the input 1 and 1 and bottom has 0 and 1. Now suppose that this one becomes 0. I am changing this one to 0. So we know this thing that any one input of NAND gate is 0, then output becomes 1. So what will happen? The output of this NAND gate, upper NAND gate, will become 1. So that output is connected to input of this lower NAND gate. So now both of the inputs of this NAND gate are 1. So the output will be 0. Now this 0 is input of this top NAND gate, one of the input of this top NAND gate. So both are 0. So since any one input is 0, it is 1. So still it will remain 1. Now in case I am changing this 0 again back to 1, still there will be no change. Okay. Initially the arrangement was the top output was 0, bottom was 1, and finally by this job the top output is now 1 and bottom is 0. Okay, so what actually we have done, in short we can say that the input of this top NAND gate, one of the input, the one is changed to 0 and again back to 1, and due to that what happened, 0 and 1 initially, ultimately they became 1 and 0. So for a short while, in case this 1 is changed to 0 and again back to 1, then the outputs are reversing. You can see outputs are inverting. Okay, and in case we want this state back to this state, what we have to do, the same job, the job which we have done to this one, the same job we have to do with this one, means change it to 0 for a while and then again back to 1, you will get the previous state, means 1 0 to 0 1. Now we will learn that what latch is. See, latches are used to store one bit of information within them till they are supplied with electrical power, means electrical power is a must for running of these latches. Okay, one bit of information they can store. Now this example you can learn it better, that when you turn on your fan, then to keep it running the switch must always be kept on to keep it running. You know this thing, once you have turned on your fan, the switch has to kept on always. Okay, however, in case there is touch screen of your mobile, then you just touch a button and remove your finger to turn some application on inside the mobile. Just you touch it and then remove it. Okay, no need to keep your finger always on the button, same as like that of switch of fan. Okay, the internal circuitry of the mobile contains such type of latches to actuate by just one time actuation. Okay, so this is one more example. You can see that the same latch is there, two NAND gates is there. Okay, one is the input to this top NAND gate, and this bottom NAND gate has input 0 1 and outputs are 0 and 1, and a bulb is connected, an LED bulb is connected to the output of this upper NAND gate. Okay, now input this one is connected to a NOT gate. You can see, so what is a NOT gate? NOT gate is an inverter. If 0 is the input, 1 is the output. If 1 is the input, 0 is the output. So that NOT gate is connected to a touch sensor. Okay, so right now touch sensor is not touched. Okay, so this is 0. The input of this NOT gate is 0, so output is 1. Now imagine that it is touched. So now what will happen? This 0 will become 1. Means the finger is touched to this touch sensor and then removed. Okay, so for a short while this 0 will convert to 1 and then again back to 0. Due to this thing, the output of this NOT gate will become 1 to 0 and then again 1. We know this thing that for a short while, if this 1 is converted to 0 and then again back to 1, then the outputs will be reversed. Means in place of 0 1, it will become 1 0 and bulb will keep on blowing even though the finger from this touch sensor has been removed. Okay. So hope by this small lecture you would have understood that what is a latch, practical way to learn a latch and how it works. Thank you.